The mission statement of SLW Academy is to train and condition the stars of tomorrow.
We don't guarantee anyone a spot with Southern Legacy Wrestling. What we do guarantee is an opportunity to learn, to have your matches critiqued. With enough hard work, there's a chance to earn your spot with Southern Legacy Wrestling.
We're going to roll around a little bit, we're going to exercise, we're going to stretch. You're going to be sore. We'll keep it simple, but we do want to test and see how far their knowledge is of the industry in general, what they know of the moves, have they watched the moves, do they know what they're getting into.
When you come to our academy, you're being groomed by just under 100 years of experience wrestling the indie shows, wrestling in big companies, knowing nutrition, and all this is explained over all the classes.
The Academy, in my opinion, is not just for beginners. You know, a lot of people think, well, if you want to learn to become a professional wrestler, then you go to an academy. But we're actually more for the advanced as well. You know, if you've been wrestling 1 year, 2 months, or 10 years, and you want to develop your skills, take your skills to the next level, then the SLW Academy is where you can do that.
Now, I came all the way, oh boy, all the way from Toronto to this hillbilly town in Alabama. And you know what? We were held in the back during the national anthem. So we're going to show you the Canadian way that we celebrate the national anthem.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 485 pounds, the Southern Revolution, Jacob Danger and Ryan Reeves.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again here in Munford, Alabama. I am Mark Mabo Bowman, coming to you live right here once again, like I said, in Munford, Alabama for Southern Legacy Wrestling. I am here at the Commentation Station. Unfortunately, my tag team partner Eric Ishii unable to join us this evening, but we have a special guest returning not only to Southern Legacy Wrestling but to the Commentation Station. The funeral director Scott Resner has graced us with his presence once again.
Good to be back here, Mr. Bowman. Thankfully, I got a call from Mr. Ishii, and he told me that he would pay me double to come in and take over for him, and I said, it's really not worth it. But here I am again. I see Billy Ocean here in the ring.
I believe that's Alex Ocean.
Alex Ocean. Pushing both members of the Southern Revolution.
And the Southern Revolution teeing off on Alex Ocean, Jacob Danger, and Ryan Reeves.
Both members of Southern Revolution, graduates of Southern Legacy Wrestling Academy.
That's right. If you want to find out more about the Southern Legacy Wrestling Academy, you can go to slwpro.com, and who knows, maybe one day you could see yourself in a Southern Legacy Wrestling ring.
And hopefully it's not up against Southern Revolution. Zach Cooper and Alex Ocean?
Alex Ocean.
Alex Ocean. Not doing that well.
Well, Alex Ocean and Zach Cooper, taking umbrage with our great national anthem here in the United States of America. But as Southern Revolution would say, they don't cotton to that.
Oh my goodness.
Combination back body drop neck breaker.
I'm surprised he kicked out of that already.
That was a devastating maneuver.
Quick tag out.
Ryan Reeves tagging in Jacob Danger. Oh!
Swift kick to the back by Alex Ocean.
Jacob Danger took his eyes momentarily off of Alex Ocean, and that's a rookie mistake. When you're in a tag team contest, you got to keep, one eye on your opponent and one eye on his partner.
It's
Whoa!
It's not an easy thing to do. You have to learn where your opponent is, what half of the ring he's on. You have to run on the opposite ropes of where he's placed himself.
Exactly. Ring awareness is key. And did you see that spin wheel kick from Alex Ocean? Alex Ocean, he's, as they would say here in the South, a big old boy.
It's a large man doing a spinning heel kick.
I know. I am thoroughly impressed with the showing. Oh, twisting suplex. And Jacob Danger is feeling every bit of that. And if you really look at both teams, they're pretty much evenly matched. Alex Ocean, Ryan Reeves, both the big man of the team. Zach Cooper, Jacob Danger, the much quicker, smaller of the two.
Psyching out the fans by going to the top rope, or at least the second rope, momentarily. Tagging in Mr. Cooper now. He has on a very tight pair of jeans. That bothers me a little bit.
Well, ring gear aside, Zach Cooper is very impressive. And you have to wonder, they are gelling well as a team, Alex Ocean and Zach Cooper. But you have to wonder, how well do they gel outside? Because it's the type of cohesion you have with a team that really helps them along in the world of professional wrestling. So you have to wonder if at any point outside of the ring, if Alex Ocean ever is hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I would hope so. Because if he's not, you don't have time to talk about strategy.
I put a lot of shoe leather on that joke and you didn't even acknowledge it.
You shined it up the best you could.
I tried. Right now, Zach Cooper driving the shoulder into Jacob Danger. Ocean and Cooper
whipped in.
Working smart. Oh! Cutting the ring in half, keeping Jacob Danger away from his tag team partner, Ryan Reeves.
A jumping big boot, it looked like. And Alex Ocean seemed to have injured his knee on Jacob Danger's face.
Zachary Cooper just gnawing on the fingers of Jacob Danger.
My God.
Well, I can tell you right now, all through the month of October, Southern Revolution will be having a special t-shirt available, a special Southern Revolution t-shirt designed to, once again, raise awareness for breast cancer. And
What they need to raise awareness for is Jacob Danger a new set of fingers. He might need a prosthetic hand after having him bitten by Zach Cooper.
he definitely, if nothing else, needs a tetanus shot. But if you would like to purchase one of those breast cancer awareness Southern Revolution t-shirts, check us out on our Facebook page, also our Facebook fan page, Southern Legacy Wrestling. Get in touch with Ryan Reeves, and I'm sure he will be more than glad to take your order and ship that out to you as soon as possible. And a portion of the proceeds will be going to a breast cancer awareness charity.
Mr. Bowman, did you see that flipping senton?
And that's a big man to be doing a flipping senton. Right now, Jacob Danger clawing tooth and nail, trying to tag in his tag team partner, Ryan Reeves.
Most people can't even do that kind of move and still hit their mark.
Exactly.
Fortunately, he hit his mark, but there was no opponent there.
Oh, Ryan Reeves with a back elbow on Zachary Cooper.
Very stiff back elbow, body slam.
Ryan Reeves all power.
Not a lot of finesse.
Not a lot of finesse indeed. Going for a senton of his own, I would think.
And that's part of the problem is some people, they become wrestlers and they think, I've got the power game. That's all I'm going to need.
Oh, shotgun drop kick.
Thinking they won't need the technique like that drop kick or the speed that even Jacob Danger has.
Right now, it's breaking down. You would think that they would capitalize and go for the pin. Another super
Second
kick
super kick.
from Jacob Danger.
One.
Ryan Reeves hooks the leg. And
That
that's
is
it, ladies and gentlemen.
And the winners of your match, Jacob Danger, Ryan Reeves, the Southern Revolution.
My name is David Ali, and you're watching Southern Legacy Wrestling.
Oh, that was great. My 3-year-old's enjoying it wonderfully.
It's been a lot of fun. The kids have really enjoyed it, and that's the best part about it, is they've had a good time.
Weighing in at 360 pounds, Johnny Chaos. Oh my
Myself as well, seeing young JD Rush here in Southern Legacy Wrestling. I know he does have a bit of formal training here in professional wrestling. Like I said, first time I've seen him here, and what a daunting task he has ahead of himself in Johnny Chaos returning here to Southern Legacy Wrestling. Johnny Chaos, one of the pillars in the unofficial Hoss division in SLW. And JD Rush is going to have to use his quickness and his agility to outmaneuver the big man, because I'm telling you right now, Mr. Resner, if Johnny Chaos gets a hold of JD Rush, it's all mathematical in the equation and it's over.
Johnny Chaos, probably the biggest, meanest person around Southern Legacy Wrestling for a long time.
Oh, definitely. He's like a human polar bear, just in size and in strength. And have you seen the size of his hands?
Not up close. I've tried to stay away from them if at all possible.
Just one swipe and he could literally take your head off. And just driving JD Rush down into the mat.
I believe if he pinned him right there, that'd have been 3 count.
I couldn't agree with you more.
The only way he would have kicked out of that is if he convulsed again and popped out from underneath Chaos.
Well, given the size of Johnny Chaos, I don't even know if the referee would be able to tell if JD Rush convulsed or not.
Good
he would just
Lord.
envelop him.
Standing suplex, stalling for at least 7 or 8 seconds.
You have to wonder at what point would referee Chris Charles use his own discretion and stop the match.
Well, how long has the match been going on for? 3 minutes?
If even that.
That's 2 minutes and 50 seconds too long.
Well, you know what they say, though. On any given night, a good little man can beat a good big man.
I don't believe that night will be tonight.
Well, we will see. I mean, JD Rush, he is hanging in there. He is giving it his all.
Able to duck under and maneuver away from Johnny Chaos for a minute, but I got to tell you.
Well, you know, it's like I pointed out earlier. JD Rush would have to use his speed and agility, because if Johnny Chaos got a hold of him, and we are seeing the results of that right now.
Exactly. Speed and technique could possibly beat power, but once you're overpowered, and you're not going to get back up.
Referee Chris Charles checking in on JD Rush. You know, it's like I said, once again, it's the referee's discretion to stop the match at any point.
No. Oh.
Just pure power with that gut wrench.
Oh, my Lord.
Up into a crucifix bomb.
Oh. That was evil.
Referee Chris Charles has to think about stopping the match at some point.
Johnny Chaos, he doesn't care. He's not even going for a pin.
He's not even breathing hard. He's barely broken a sweat. I mean, no offense to JD Rush, but I believe Johnny Chaos had more of a workout walking to the ring.
Yes. Open-handed slap. Showing that he can follow the rules. That was an open hand, ref. Come on.
Referee Chris Charles laying down the law in the ring.
And those meaty polar bear-like hands that you said he has are enveloping the head of JD Rush.
Just wrenching back with that reverse chin lock.
This crowd really trying to get behind JD Rush, and
they're trying to will the youngster on, that's for sure, Mr.
I feel like
Resner.
it's a futile attempt.
I mean, from our vantage point, all we can see is the back of Johnny Chaos. It's like he has a human IMAX screen.
Oh, there's that technique again. Hurt his own head with a jawbreaker.
But just like that, the tide has turned. Now could JD Rush capitalize?
There you go. Keep on top of him, kid.
Striking. Johnny Chaos
no.
just powered him up. And it's a display of strength like that.
That whiplash into the top turnbuckle.
Exactly, but it's that, that strength that makes Johnny Chaos one of the pillars here in the Hoss division of Southern Legacy Wrestling.
You know what's coming next.
Oh!
Good night.
That's got to be it.
Johnny Chaos, not even hooking the leg.
Your winner, Johnny Chaos.
Not laying fully into the pin, just barely draped it on.
referee Chris Charles now checking in on JD Rush. Johnny Chaos.
Johnny Chaos is a surprising show of affection.
Did you see that? He picked up JD Rush, patted him on the back, said, "Good job, kid."
I almost can't believe my eyes.
That, since parting ways from the Hustler, it seems like there's...
Hey wrestling fans, Ricky Steamboat talking at you. That's right, the Dragon, and you're watching Southern Legacy Wrestling. Don't miss it.
Stand up, Bowman, clap. Your newly designated Alabama Heavyweights champion, Brad Savage. He's such a phenomenal talent.
Well, Mr. Resner, I'm going to have to ask you to remain impartial as best you can during this contest.
Impartial? When have I never not been impartial to Brad Savage? He's amazing. He's great.
I know Brad used to be one of your charges, but please, while you're at the competition station, try to remain as impartial as possible.
Well, some people, like senior referee Bobby Matthews, might say this is what happens when you get rid of Scott Resnick. But
And his opponent, weighing in at 265 pounds, from Weber, Alabama, Damon Taz.
I don't believe Brad would have gotten to this point without my help.
I got something for you, man.
Damon Taz, of course, being accompanied to the ring by his fellow Team Redeemed member, Johnny Slaughter. And as you know, Mr. Resner, Johnny Slaughter and Brad Savage, as well as yourself, all have a storied history here in Southern Legacy Wrestling. And if you would like to see that storied history, why, you can go to Fight TV, download the app to any of your smart devices for Fight TV, and check out all of our past shows. Don't have a smart device?
Get on YouTube.
Check us out on YouTube, check us out on Facebook, or why not join us here live in Munford, Alabama, or Lincoln, Alabama, or any other of the venues we will be touring in the months ahead.
To see which venues, you need to get on SouthernLegacyWrestling.com.
SLWPro.com, yes.
Now, why is Damon Taz even fighting Brad Savage? Damon Taz has a championship. He doesn't need another one. And these men, they call themselves Redeemed. I came to them for help, and they turned me away.
Well, given your past history with Johnny Slaughter, I don't know if I don't blame him, if he felt that he could trust you.
Are you saying I'm untrustworthy?
Mr. Resner, I've known you for many, many years, and I can unequivocally say you are definitely untrustworthy.
I've never lied or cheated or stolen. I don't know.
That you would admit to.
Well, I mean, once or twice. I took candy from a baby.
Well, that baby probably had diabetes and deserved it.
So
You were saving that baby's life.
in the end, yes, I helped someone.
But you're still untrustworthy. And right now, Damon Taz taking over with an armbar on Brad Savage, your newly crowned Alabama champion here in Southern Legacy Wrestling, winning the belt from Team Redeemed member Extreme Heat.
And you see who's not here? That's how bad he was beaten by Brad Savage.
But if I am not mistaken, unfortunately, I was not available when Brad Savage won the title from Extreme Heat. But I do know that not too long ago, Extreme Heat suffered, no pun intended, an extreme beating from the Gathering, and they did quite some severe damage to his leg.
The Gathering? Are they here?
I believe they are here, sir, but as long as you're at the commentation station, you should be okay.
No. I'm gonna have to get with Brad. I'm gonna have to make sure that everything's okay.
Well, like I said, there are a certain set of rules that the Gathering do adhere to, believe it or not. And they do respect the sport of professional wrestling enough to not interrupt anything at the commentary station.
I certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so, too.
At
least I think that's what they said. All they did was grunt, growl.
I know the War Machine, he respects power. And he also, well, he told me several things that I just cannot repeat here.
Well, it's interesting you bring up the War Machine. If you've been following the war, so to speak, between Team Redeemed and the Gathering, you would notice that they've never really laid a hand on Damon Taz. They've held him at bay. They've handcuffed him. They've spoken to him, but they've only ever attacked Johnny Slaughter or Extreme Heat.
Well, to be honest, I don't blame them for that, but if you're going to handcuff someone, you don't need to beat them up. You just leave them attached to the ring post or wherever. Throw them out of the ring.
But there were times in tag team contests where Colt Keegan and Killshot would back Damon in the corner and then just step away. It's almost as if they've been given orders from the War Machine not to damage Damon Taz too much.
Well, I'll say this. When you're given orders from the War Machine, you follow them.
He is definitely an imposing individual, standing well over 7 feet tall, easily coming in at around 400 pounds of pure solid muscle mass. And of course his lieutenant, if you will, his second in command, Killshot, definitely not a small man by any measure.
No, not at all.
But you have to wonder, what plans do the War Machine and the Gathering have for Damon Taz?
Well, they won't have any plans for him after Brad Savage is done.
Brad Savage with a thumb to the eye of Damon Taz.
I taught him that.
I'm not surprised.
Going for a suplex on the big man.
Brad Savage, just as thick as they come.
Rolling right into the cover. I taught him that.
I will say this, Brad Savage is an impressive physical specimen.
He's an amazing physical specimen. You put together Frankenstein, and this is what you get.
I believe you mean Frankenstein's monster.
All right, I see how we're going to play tonight.
The doctor was Frankenstein. With it being the Halloween time of year, I would expect you to at least show some respect to Mary Shelley.
Well, I'm trying to show respect to Brad Savage, and my goodness.
Damon Taz up with that drop kick, caught Brad Savage right under the chin.
That flipping drop kick, how can he get up that high?
I couldn't tell you. I know Damon has been working his, as he would say, well-toned backside off over the past year to get back into ring shape.
And also one of the trainers here at Southern Legacy Wrestling Academy.
Exactly. And his redemption part of Team Redeem is he is here to redeem himself. He is here to redeem his career. He is here to be with his brothers in Team Redeem and help redeem all of the wrongs that are here in Southern Legacy Wrestling.
Flat back baseball slide, knocking Damon to the floor again. Well, he's not going to redeem this career. He'll be done in just a minute.
Junior referee Pat Cabbage issuing the standard 10 count for the floor.
I'm surprised this match has gone on this long. The referee, look at that. You saw that close fist by Damon Taz. Oh God.
Oh, okay. Don't, Mr. Rezer, just remain calm. Colt Keegan, kill switch. And then flanked by the War Machine, making their way down to the ring, but Damon has not seen them yet. I believe Brad Savage rolled back in at the last second.
Get in front of me.
It's okay, Mr. Resner. Security is here.
Security.
Right now,
a face-off between the Gathering and Team Redeemed.
The numbers game's not in favor of Team Redeemed right now. The Gathering in front of them, Brad Savage behind. They are definitely in the proverbial rock and hard place situation right now.
Brad, it's smart to stay out of the way.
It seems to me that the Gathering is focused solely on Damon Taz.
War Machine pushing his troops back, telling them to back away.
And once again, what mind games are being played by the War Machine and the Gathering with Team Redeem?
They're actually letting Team Redeem pass.
You could cut the tension with a knife, ladies and gentlemen, right now.
I don't understand this. I don't want to say I'm glad for Team Redeemed, but War Machine about makes me need a new set of trousers.
And Team Redeem allowed to pass.
What's going on? Sir, that's Brad Savage's
title. Kill switch with the Alabama title. Right now, Colt Keegan, War Machine, and Kill switch flanking Brad Savage, the King of the Dead. And there's that rhythmic pounding, that tribal pounding that the Gathering administers right before things go sideways.
Brad, you need to get out of there.
I'm no fan of the King of the Dead, but he is in a big bad way right now.
Brad, you just you can get the belt back later.
Brad Savage facing off with the War Machine, and it's not too often you see someone tower over Brad Savage.
Oh my.
Kill switch.
Dude.
Kill shot.
Oh no. Brad.
Has Brad Savage joined the Gathering?
Your winner and still champion, Brad Savage.
What? I thought we still had a deal.
I'm Eric Ishii.
And I'm Mark Bowman.
You're watching SLW
on Fight TV.
Pictures of the late John Paul on the wall, home of the Jack Dempsey jaw. We're tough as nails, you have to knock us out twice to get a draw. From the land of fist fights and lane scuffles, where we don't pull guns, we just bruise knuckles. From the land of the saints and scholars, boxers and poets, and I'm a combination of both. Where we cry at the funeral, laugh at the wake, drink all night, and then we sober up and we're over it. So this here cattle edition is for all my people, whether in Dublin or Hell's Kitchen. Take a look and come see. You see a lot of people who are just like me. I'm really green and white cause I'm really a fan. I stand on my own too cause I'm really a man. Take a look and come see. You see a lot of people who are just like me. We're so proud of what we're made of. That means there's not a person in the world we're afraid of. I'm made from the same stuff that drove the Cinderella man. Same attitude as two of the good fellas. I'm Jimmy Conway, Henry Hill, Nicky Featherstone. I show up with the verbal mic fight with the weapons drawn. We can get it on, but you don't want to try it, man. It kicks off, it's like the fist fight from the quiet man. You can start a riot, man, but when I get you.
And their opponents, weighing in at a combined weight of 319 pounds, Cabana Man Dan and Johnny Romano.
Well, what an interesting tag team contest we have here tonight, Mr. Resner. Cabana Man Dan and Johnny Romano taking on Mr. O'Hagan and Amuntu Sun.
You know, Mr. Bowman, I believe you, just as much as me, have been personal friends with Mr. O'Hagan and even Cabana Man Dan for many years.
Actually, 3 out of the 4 men in this contest, Cabana Man Dan, Josh O'Hagan, and Amuntu Sun, I have known for a number of years. I have seen them pretty much almost in the infancy of their career all the way up till now.
And I hate to see them on the opposite side of the rings, but that's the spirit of competition. At one time, I offered my services to Amuntu Sun. It's an Egyptian thing.
Understandable. But yes, the demigod, Amuntu Sun, teaming here tonight with Joshua O'Hagan, Mr. O'Hagan, Mr. Blur, Slick Rick Blurman, call him what you will.
My first time seeing Johnny Romano. And
yes, Johnny Romano, the new face here in Southern Legacy Wrestling in this match.
It seemed he wanted to dance more than Mr. O'Hagan even.
And that's saying something, to be honest with you.
He's a dancing machine. He doesn't work out. He doesn't go to the gym. He simply break dances for up to 8 hours a day. That's how he keeps that remarkable body.
I will say this. Joshua O'Hagan is cut like granite.
He is. He's a deceptively strong young man.
And that's another thing. People see him, they see, he's not the biggest dog in the fight. But I can tell you right now, he is deceptively strong.
Very much so.
And right now he's taking over on Cabana Man Dan. But O'Hagan did not see the blind tag from Romano. Caught him in the face with a drop kick.
Slick move.
And then Romano taking over. Appears to be working over to a side headlock.
Trying to get a hold of that chin lock again. Reverse into a top arm bar. Quick tag to Amuntu Sun.
The demigod himself making his way into this contest, taking over on Romano.
Ooh.
Once again, lightning-like tags on behalf of Tucson and O'Hagan, cutting the ring in half.
Snatched into a headlock, working around into the hammerlock.
Wow, just amazing cohesion between these two teams. And Cabana Man Dan with that falling headbutt.
And another. That's the kind of tag experience that comes with years in the professional wrestling business.
I couldn't agree more. If you have plied your trade long enough, it doesn't matter who they team you with. And the 3 of these 4 men are showing that. I know that, throughout the Southeast here, O'Hagan and Amuntu Sun are no strangers. They have shared many a locker room and many a companies. And I know that on numerous occasions, Cabana Man Dan has tied up with both O'Hagan and Tucson in numerous promotions.
I thought Romano was going for a short arm scissors there for a moment. Led him up to tag out.
And there's that hopscotch drop kick and the sliding clothesline.
Double pin, that's not legal, referee.
Referee Chris Charles saying a count of 2.
A quick chop to the throat by Mr. O'Hagan.
Cabana Man Dan calling for the surfs up.
An elbow drop to the unfortunately injured ankle.
Yes, and then that's one of the disadvantages one faces when they wrestle barefoot.
I told him he should never have done that.
Well,
and now the powerhouse of the team steps in.
I know several months ago, Cabana Man Dan was in a match and he rolled his ankle so severely at one point he thought it was broken. But, luckily the fates were on his side. It was only a severe sprain, and he was back up and running, within, about a week or so. But he has always made sure that ankle remains bound and taped just to be on the safe side.
That's one of the unfortunate parts of professional wrestling is you injure just a small part. For instance, I tore the ligament in my ankle. I have trouble getting in the ring just to manage someone.
Did you see that rolling lung blower?
Looked like an attempt at a sunset bomb. Didn't get all of it.
Well, he actually rolled that sunset bomb into a backpack.
Oh.
Very innovative on the part of Cabana Man Dan.
Hard to see from this vantage point.
And once again, Cabana Man Dan nursing that injured ankle. Johnny Romano taking over on the much larger Tucson and having little to no effect. Tucson just catching him.
Tossing him off.
Oh! And Romano catching Tucson.
Only a 1 count.
Only a 1 count indeed.
You're not going to keep a man that big down after just one face breaker. Reversal.
Tucson reverses it. Romano out of the way using that quickness of his.
Oh, went for a high-risk move, and it did not pay off. That's why the risk is not always worth the reward.
When you're going for a high-risk maneuver, you have to take your time. You have to remain focused. You have to keep your eyes on your target.
That's why I didn't do it much.
Come to think of it, if I remember correctly, you didn't do much at all anyway. By the way, you still washing trucks?
Oh, I still have a pair.
No, trucks.
Oh.
That's what I thought. Tucson with the tag to Mr. O'Hagan. It seems whatever company O'Hagan joins, within a matter of time, he collects gold.
Well, as you see here tonight, he brought out with him the Zero Wrestling Alliance Zero Weight Championship.
Exactly, and who knows, he could have his sight on any number of belts here in Southern Legacy Wrestling. I mean, he and Amu Tucson could easily take on Team Redeemed for the tag titles.
I'd like to see that.
Stephen Michaels, our current heavyweight champion, our Alabama champion, Brad Savage, who now aligned himself with the Gathering.
Well, that happened.
And as sneaky and as shady as Mr. O'Hagan is, I would not be surprised if he found a way to somehow coerce Veronica Fairchild into putting her women's title on the line.
I'd pay to book that. Another tag.
Chris Charles
doing the smart thing, keeping their opponent in their corner.
That's right, cutting the ring in half. But Chris Charles, doing the right thing, laying the count. He will not, he's in there to lay the law down. and he will not have, he will not be disrespected.
Ran into that back elbow.
Romano firing up, but cut off by Mr. O'Hagan.
What a meat hook clothesline.
And that is why he's called the Blur for a reason. He is just that quick. Oh, both men went for a double high crossbody. Oh, did you hear the sound of it? Oh, it's like someone slapped two steaks together.
The meeting in the middle. Those amazing abs of Mr. O'Hagan and whatever Romero has.
Romano.
Oh, yes.
Cabana Man Dan with his hand outstretched. Makes the tag, does
Barely
Romano.
makes the tag.
Cabana Man Dan coming in like a hut of fire.
With a flipping drop kick to Amon. And a rolling STO.
Took O'Hagan off of his feet. Cabana Man Dan fired up, ladies and gentlemen.
Going for surfs up and blocked. Blocked again.
Nice chin breaker. And now stretching out O'Hagan is Cabana Man Dan.
Almost a kneeling ab stretch.
Referee Chris Charles down there asking O'Hagan, does he want to give up? But here comes a Muntu Sun, and he breaks up the submission with a big boot to the head of Cabana Man Dan.
There's nothing fancy about that, just a kick to the head.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Now Johnny Romano
trying to get the crowd behind him.
Oh.
Aiming for those flip-flops that give Cabana Man Dan his straightest powers. CMD picking up Amon Tucson.
Back elbow from Cabana Man Dan. Leaps over, rolls out of the way.
Tossed outside. And a Pele kick.
A little taunting from Cabana Man Dan to Muntu Sun. Hooking him up. Oh, inside out tornado DDT.
Very nice.
CMD crawling over, going for the cover. But he did not hook the leg, and I think if he would have, the match could be over.
Possibly. No, not this. Oh.
Cabana Man Dan with his trademark flip-flop. You know it's going to follow now.
Not the flip-flop. Chop. Ducked one.
The flip-flop. Chop.
Oh.
And ringing the bell of a Muntu Sun.
Get those flip-flops out of the ring, away from the ring ref.
And O'Hagan, he almost caught a flip-flop chop. But Cabana Man Dan turning his back on a Muntu Sun. He needs to watch out. He needs to regain focus.
Mr. O'Hagan walking away from the ring.
And Cabana Man Dan catching that forearm from a Muntu Sun as Joshua O'Hagan makes his way up the aisle.
A sweeping back suplex into a pin.
And that's it.